Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to get a flawless face. So let's just get started. First thing I do is always make sure that your skin is prepped. So make sure it is clean, it is toned, it is moisturized, whatever your skincare routine may be. I have done that already. As you can see, my eyes are already done. That is not the focus of this video. I am filming this after work, so this is the eye look that you get today. So the first thing that you want to do is prime your face. I am a firm believer in foundation primers. I believe that it preps the skin for application, it makes for like a smooth application, and then it also provides like extra moisture if you need it, but then it also gives staying power and, can add additional things like if you want an illuminating look or a mattifying look. So I never wear foundation without a primer, ever. Sometimes, especially in the summer, I'll even wear a primer by itself without foundation just to either like mattify, blur pores, or if I want like a dewy look, I'll wear primers by themselves. So that is my rant about primers. Okay, so I'll show you just a few that I love and live by. My tried and true is my Too Faced Hangover RX primer. This is super moisturizing. I have really dry skin, but it also smells like coconuts. And who doesn't love smelling like a beach? The others that I like are the Flower Beauty Illuminating Primer. And then I also love this Catrice Prime and Fine Beautifying Primer. Soft focus effect, long lasting, naturally illuminating. I love this primer and it's like, I think it's like $4. Catrice is at Ulta and it is amazing. I might actually go in with this just so you can kind of see what it looks like. I've already washed my hands, make sure you have clean hands, and I'm going to go ahead and put this all over my face. And put a little bit more by my nose as I throw it around. Okay. Once that is on, sometimes I'll like pat it in. Okay, so next, as I'm kind of letting that sit for a second, I'll show you like the only three foundations that I ever use. My IT Cosmetics CC Illuminating Cream is my absolute favorite. I have dry skin, as I've said before. This stuff is amazing. It lasts all day. It's good for your skin. It just absolutely amazing. It's changed my life. I'll never like not have this in my vanity. One that I've been trying lately and actually loving is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. Yeah. Foundation, it says that it's a luminous makeup nude skin feel all day wear, which is absolutely true, which is, I mean, a lot of foundations claim to be all day wear, but when you actually wear them all day, do they? Everybody's skin is different. So when it claims that it's all day wear, I think that's very like subjective. Everybody's skin is different and it's going to wear it differently and it's going to last differently. And also your conditions have a lot to do with it too. Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it humid? Are you on a beach? Like, I don't know. I just think that's stupid that a lot of foundations claim that. However, this one has lasted all day for me. I don't know, probably like 2 different times that I've really tested it. And I was out in like wind and snow and cold and, in and out of places, and it held up amazing. I couldn't believe it. And then the only other one that I reach for is my L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I've reached for this for years, but the one that I wear the most is my CC Illuminating Cream. These are all great, almost full coverage foundations if you're interested in trying any of those. Again, I am dry skin, so they are kind of catered towards dry skin, dewy, luminous foundations. So I think the one that I'm gonna go in with is my Flower Beauty. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my Flower Beauty. So now that my primer has had time to sit, I am going to put this on, this is a Real Techniques brush. This is the buffing brush. And just like a real quick disclaimer, when you see me put this on, it's gonna look super yellow. Don't panic. This will match when it blends in, promise. It's gonna look super yellow. It's gonna be okay though. Okay, so I do a half a pump and I do that all over my face, and then I'll do like another very small pump and like finish it on my forehead. So what I like to do is I work in sections. So what I will do is I'll go over like a section that doesn't have any problems. As you can see, I have like a little bit of redness and irritation right here. So I'm gonna start over here, and what I do is I dab it on first, and then we're done. So I dab it on my face, my lower half of the face. I get it spread out, and then I will start to work in sections. So I'm gonna start over here, because I have no problems over here, so it's just going to be quickest and easiest. I just get it done. Okay. And then I make sure I take like any excess and I take it down my neck. See, it looked super yellow and it is blending like a dream. And then I come back over to this side, start blending this side. And then if you have any problem areas, I always make sure I don't drag my brush, and I dab over those just to make sure I get like as much coverage as possible. And then I will go over it with any concealer. So blending, and then I'm going to take excess again down my neck. As you can see, I need a little bit more coverage on this side. And again, one of the things I like about the Flower Beauty foundation is it, what is the word I'm looking for? It builds well, Jesus Christ. Okay, so then I'm going to just take a very, very small pump, not even a half a pump, and I'm going to put it on my forehead. And when you're doing foundation, you always want to make sure that you blend into your hairline so it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. Nobody likes that look. I also believe that your brush or, you know, beauty blender, whatever you are using to apply your foundation, has a lot to do with, you know, the finish and coverage that you get. So I feel like that can vary foundation to foundation, you know, and brush to brush. I usually will use a brush. That's what I prefer. I'm taking a little bit more, and I'm going to go over my cheek area right here where you can see some redness. And then I will just kind of take any excess over any other spots I feel like need covered. So I've recently been using this brush. I really like it. I feel like it gets me like maximum coverage possible. blends super easy. Brush is super soft and fluffy. So another brush that I use is another Real Techniques one, and I actually use, it's a sculpting brush. It's like angled, but I love it for foundation. I don't know why. And then I do use a beauty blender, and then I also have the Real Techniques sponge as well. I think I like that one a little bit better just because it has that flat edge on it. It's dirty, but it's got like that flat edge, and it's just like perfect for foundation. So okay, so I think we are blended. Good. So it's like the perfect amount of like dewy luminousness. So next I am going to, so once your foundation is done, I like to go in with my cream contour, and I will usually use just like a basic drugstore concealer. Like, I just don't want to spend a lot of money on my contour when, you know, just a dark drugstore concealer does the job. So, okay. So these are the three that I use. And as you can see, these two are like super duper dark. I use these in the summer when I am a lot more tan. So right now in the winter when I'm a lot more fair, I use this one. This is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin corrector, concealer. Okay, so I take, this is just like an Eco Tools like angled brush, and it was supposed to be like for BB cream application, but it works really well for me to apply bronzer. So what I do is I just do like a little stripe right on my cheekbone. If you need help finding it, make the fishy face. I do a very small stripe above just for blending purposes, and then I put two right on my temples, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend that. So what I do is I like take it down a little bit just to like fully sculpt, and then I just dab. I never drag just because I just did my foundation and it's probably still setting, so I just do these little dabbing motions. Just dab, dab, dab. And then what I do is I start blending up into my temple. So that's why I put like that little dot there before, just so it gives me like a good transition up into my temple. And then you always want to make sure you take it like up into your ear and your hairline. Okay, then I'm gonna go up to my temple, blend it into the hairline, and just kind of like work up and down, dabbing motions. Okay, I think we're good there. See? Bronzy contour. Ugh. Let's fix that. So then I go back in. Oh, I'll go lightly stripe there. Little dot. Two dots. And what I'll notice is I'll have like a little bit of excess over here. So that's why like my line I just didn't go crazy with, because I already have excess that I'm working with from the other side on my brush. And once again, dabbing motions. And blending it up into the hairline and the temples. So I'm gonna go up here, and I'll go up and down. My forehead looks super greasy on the camera, but I swear it's not. That is just, she glowy. She dewy, that's all. If you are not a dewy kind of gal, that is okay. Mattify yourself. But this girl needs her hydration and luminosity desperately. Okay. All right. And there we go, my friends. Okay, I'm gonna take a tad bit. So if I ever need to go over, I take the applicator and just slightly put some on my brush, because if you go back in and put it on the face, it's going to look muddy and it's not going to blend well. So I'm just trying to go over that redness a little bit more. Okay, she thirsty. Okay, then I like to set everything. So what I'm going to do is take just a basic powder. This one is this is a Laura Mercier like sample size loose powder. This is translucent. So I'm gonna tap some into the lid and swirl my brush. And then I'm just gonna put that all over. So this will kind of mattify it a little bit, but then just set the foundation and the contour together. It's so hard getting this powder out of here. Okay, I do not go over my...
There she go. There you go.
Okay, so I do not go over the sides of my nose because I'm going to show you why in a second. I use a different product to blur the pores. Since I use like an illuminating primer, I need to go in with a different product just to get rid of those pores, which is totally fine, because I don't really like mattifying primers. Okay, so I'm going to set my bronzer first. I'm going to go over my bronzer first, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Tarte bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. Like, has a little bit of shimmer, and just lightly go over it, just because she's pale, super duper pale. It's not even, it's embarrassing. Go over my nose a little bit. Go under my chin just a little bit, and any excess going to take it down my neck. And then always blend onto the ear again, so it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. Okay. Next. Okay, so now I'm going to go and try to blur some of those pores. Oh, she knew. She ain't open yet. Okay. All right, next I'm going to go in and blur some of my pores around my nose, and I like to use this Bye Bye Pores finishing powder in translucent. This stuff is amazing. So a little bit of this goes a long way. If you use this, just do a little bit. You can always go back in with more, but if you do too much at once, you are just gonna be a cakey queen, and just own that. So I like to tap some into the lid, and then I'll take this small little brush and I'll lightly go over those pores. Alright, so do you see that? Blurred? She dewy. There's some pores there. So you see the difference?
Oh, I'm making such a mess.
So that is done. Sometimes I'll take it up here, just in between my eyebrows. Okay. So next I'm going to go in with concealer. I use the Bare Minerals Loose Powder Concealer, and I'm going to take just a small little brush, and I'm going to take this under my eyes. So this will brighten it up a little bit, conceal any darkness. I don't have a whole lot under my eyes. Got lucky in that area. And then I might take like any excess around my nose, on the sides of my mouth. And then I always put some right here. I don't know why. I tend to get really red. And foundation doesn't always do the best job. Alright, and so that is it for concealer. Then I'm going to go in to my blush. My favorite, absolute favorite blush is from e.l.f. It is like $3 and it is amazing. It is Peachy Cheeky. I got it at Target forever ago, and you can see it's like, do you see that? Destroyed. Because it's like traveled everywhere with me. I've dropped it a billion times, as you can see. I've been super clumsy, so I take a little brush and pop that on the cheeks. This is very like shimmery, illuminating, as you can already kind of see. It's just like the perfect flush of color. I love it. It's so cute. And then for blush, I love to just like take it on my nose, my temples. Next, I'm going to go over my eyebrows one more time. They kind of faded. So I'm going to take my pencil and just fill in some spots really quick. Okay, so I'm just taking this Benefit Gimme Brow and just doing the very front. And I set the rest of my brow with like the excess. Like that. Okay. Last but not least, favorite part is highlighter. I use this Smashbox Spotlight palette in Pearl. So this is for like fair skinned tones. And what I will do actually is I'll take a fan brush and I will go through all of the colors. And just pop that right above the cheeks. And I go over my temples, on the top of my nose. She pretty. Top of my cheekbones. Now I got dark in here again. On my temple, top of my nose. I do it on the top of my cupid's bow, on the bottom, just everywhere, basically. There we go, that's better. Okay, last step. You want to set everything really good. Three of my favorites are, I love the Urban Decay All Nighter, the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal setting spray. I'm actually slowly kind of getting rid of this and replacing this with this. Believe it or not, this is absolutely amazing. And it's so much cheaper. This is like $10. This is close to like $40. This is amazing, but I feel like this does the same exact thing, has the same staying power, but then is hydrating. This one's a little bit drying for me, but this just gives me everything and then some. So it's amazing. And then my other one that I use is the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. This stuff is amazing. I have like 3 backups. It's super cheap, like $7, $8 at Ulta. I've been going through these like crazy just through winter with my skin being super dry. I probably won't use it as much in the summer. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray a couple of those. I let that sit for a second. And then I'm going to go over it with like 2 sprays of the Flower Beauty. And that is it. This is my flawless face. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Mwah.